All right, so why don't you introduce yourself and tell me what your role is with Colle+McVoy and on this project.
Craig Pladson, I'm an interactive account director here at Colle+McVoy. Kind of spread among a lot of different things at the agency, but primarily working on client-focused interactive strategy overall. Most recently, we landed an account with Land O'Lakes, so I'm spending most of my time doing that as of today, if you will. Also work on Yahoo and Keels. In addition to that, responsible for digital education throughout the agency and working a lot kind of here and there on new business initiatives. So I work within the account services group, which is about 25 strong. And we, in 2009, actually reported back about 42% of our revenue was interactive. So we continue to build that expertise internally. And our clients, of course, since they're paying the bills, are becoming more and more receptive to kind of the interactive ideas that we're putting in front of them, which is great.
And what's your role with Squawq?
My role on Squawq was to serve kind of more on the strategy side. So the way that we really put this together is pretty interesting. Our creative team always kind of comes up with the initial batch of ideas for what we're going to be giving to our clients for the holidays. And last year we did Snowed In, which was kind of a 3D experience where you'd have to actually wear your glasses, and then it was really more of a games entertainment type thing, which was, you know, it was very well received and a lot of time spent on site. But this year we were trying to think, okay, we've been really stretching ourselves into the social media space, you know, have become pretty interested with using Twitter as a very valuable communication tool for the agency. And the idea that surfaced at the top from the creative team, which I love, was this idea of Twitter analytics. And it wasn't super defined at the beginning, but I was brought in to really help. Okay, we have this idea of Twitter analytics. So you could do it one of two ways. You could do kind of brand monitoring, keyword phrase monitoring, which is where we ended up, or you could really focus more on kind of like analyzing your profile. And, you know, so my role is really to kind of assess the landscape of what types of tools were out there today and really try to find a little bit more unique way to present Twitter data specific to the needs of what our clients had let us know that they were looking for. Because again, this was a gift for our clients initially, so we really wanted to focus there. So we really put together the competitive set. Some features unique, some similar, but maybe a little bit more enhanced. And then of course we focused a lot on the user interface experience and design, which I think is really second to none. But really putting into consideration how do we leverage this product and maybe bring it out to you know, more people such as yourself and more influencers in the social media space. And the idea is not just to get more people to use it, but to start getting more and more feedback, because the long-term objective here is to evolve this product over the course of the year and make it even more valuable.
How long did it take from the conceptualization moment to actually, you know, delivering this product? How long did that take?
I think Mike was working with the creative team on ideas back in September, probably. So the short answer is I'd say from initial idea to the end product was 3 or 4 months, which is a pretty aggressive time period considering how sophisticated the tool actually ended up being. So all the way from initial idea to figuring out the back end and the intricacies of the Twitter API and having our developers work on that, and then putting, you know, the skin on top of it was about a 4-month process. But we had to hit the date of the holidays. This is the kind of the landing page that will list out all the queries that people who have access to Squawq will see when they first hop in. And then as I mentioned previously, the query is really the main component that's going to bring back the information that people are looking for. So here I've set up multiple queries. Our clients and people that have access to the tool can create up to 3 queries, but we can certainly give you more if you just let us know if you have additional kind of search needs that you're looking for. I'm taking a trip to Cabo San Lucas in a month, so I've been kind of looking out into the Twitter sphere for recommendations, what people are saying, what bars to go to, what restaurants to hit up. And then I've got a couple of client queries in here for Caribou Coffee and Keels. And then we of course are tracking our own Squawq mentions, the Winter Olympics and Yahoo, who is another client. So I'll hop into the overall Colle+McVoy profile, since I'll be able to kind of give you a good analysis of what's going on there. So what's pulled onto this page is not only the profile name, but the last mention, so the actual post from Twitter. And then it looks like Trisha actually responded to Andy that he was here, and we said hi to Jen Stack, so that all worked out. And then you have a big icon here, and it's going to be up or down or even, and really that's just overall kind of trend analysis. So this week compared to last week, the Colle+McVoy mentions are down, and we'll kind of go into why that might be. But then you can go into here and really detail out what the mentions are and what the actual analysis will be. So I'll kind of crank this back to up top here. Of course, you can customize date range. Standard today, 1 day, 7 days, 30 days, or you can click the customize range and drop down your specified time period. It should be noted that when you first set up a profile in Squawq, it's going to be actually storing that information in the database moving forward. It isn't retro. So you should just make sure that if you're setting up a campaign, to get your query set up before things happen, so you're able to kind of monitor conversations happening throughout that period of time. So in addition to kind of looking at the 30 to 45 days, of course, you can click into these individual days and really take a deeper dive into what the data is. I won't do that yet, but what I'll do here is scroll down to the overall dashboard that is really pulling from all this information up here and giving you a more detailed analysis. So the first thing that you'll see on the left is, how often or what day is the Colle+McVoy brand mentioned most on Twitter. And over the past 30 to 45 days, it's been Thursday. And Thursday is usually a day for us to, put things out from a press release perspective and kind of hitting up the media a little bit later in the week. So for brands that we work with, such as Caribou, they'll see a lot of activity on Mondays because they put out coupons and they're driving their Happy Monday campaign. So, what does that really mean is they can hop individually into that Monday and really look to see what people are talking about. So if they're curious to know which locations are really driving the most chatter, if people have feedback on kind of what the promotion is, it's really valuable from a timely perspective to see which day of the week people are talking about brands the most. If you scroll down here in the most popular hashtags, this is something that when we did our competitive analysis and we talked to our clients, they were very interested in learning about. So this will pull the most popular hashtag based on the query that you've done, and depending on how big the hashtag is, just like a general theme cloud is what the most popular hashtag would be. So as you can see here, there's been a lot of chatter with the hashtag Squawq, which we initiated and people kind of took under their own wing. We actually had a digital education session in the middle of December, and we hashtag everything that comes out of there with Feed It. So there was a lot of chatter and a lot of people kind of following that stream during the presentation that we had. And then you can, of course, click on these to get the most real-time information, which will link you right off to Twitter. So this will take you directly into Twitter.
Well, thanks, Craig, for taking me through Squawq and showing me about some of his features, and can't wait to get this video out.
Not a problem. Thanks for coming in.